were dreaming. Now we're on the come up, steady scheming. We ain't got a lot, but you know we believe in what we feel in our hearts. As we reach for the ceiling, they all just frowned and shook their heads. I nodded with a smile and took their bets. Came out on top and they all on the losing end. Nothing turned out how they thought it really should have been. And I ought to thank them for real. Gave me the fire that turned me to steel. If love is war, life is a battlefield. Headed for the sky, wonder how that'll feel. Ready to be living it, making dividends. Winning is a goal and I know that I'm getting it. My rise to the top is getting imminent. Waiting on the challengers, go ahead and send them in. This song's for the winners, never giving up, never giving in when life gets tough. This song's for the soldiers, never call it quits. Live for the challenge, they can never get enough of this. Song's for the winners, never giving up, never giving in when life gets tough. This song's for the soldiers.
Hey, what's going on, fellow Pyros? Thank you guys for joining on this lovely Tuesday evening. It's taken a few days to get some of this stuff together. And so we have several stories that we definitely want to cover today. I don't want to keep you guys time and make this like a 2-hour live stream, but obviously I decided to do this, in a live stream format in case anybody has any questions. You guys could talk to one another. But I've known this now for a couple of weeks. Maybe some of you have known this for maybe several months. I don't know, but it was definitely news to me when I first heard this out. So again, we have several stories today. The big one I'll address at the end, which is the big one coming out of Pahrump. Totally news to me. But if you guys are familiar with my channel, a couple of years ago, I made a video in regards to San Mateo County, where the regulators up north in California, Northern California, wanted to fine people for watching fireworks. I don't have all the news articles or directly in regards to that in front of me right now. However, they did pass that to go through, so they do want to start citing people for watching fireworks or watching illegal fireworks being set off. Somebody sent me that link. I did a video on it a couple of years ago, so just wanted to let you guys know really quickly that did go through, unfortunately. So I didn't want to spend a lot of time making several videos. What's going on, Pyro Blast, Gem 750, Jesse, who else we got in here? Soup Freaks Mess. Thank you guys for joining right now. And we definitely want to hurry up and get through this because the Lakers are playing tonight and they're going to whip up on Golden State. Hope you guys are going to have a great time at the demo this week. Obviously, as you guys know, Blackjack and Area 51 had their demo this past weekend. From my understanding, things really didn't go according to plan, but you guys still had a great time out there. And so, as you guys know, I'll jump right into this story. A couple of months ago, you guys remember Red Apple Fireworks. They made a video announcing their new location opening up. And so, with that being said, that was a pretty new location. This is going to be a large warehouse facility that is opening up. And so it's going to be a brand new warehouse. And so I did talk to some of the staff there and whatnot. And I was just like, man, that's really exciting. It's going to be a brand new warehouse facility. They're breaking grounds. It was in the newspaper and online a few weeks ago. And so, correction, no, Stephen Curry. Okay. So this is their new facility, as you guys have seen. Is going to be right next door. So I do have some more details about this. Everything is going to be in this brand new facility. This new facility, I forget the square feet. I think they said 30,000, something of that nature. I don't remember, but I know it's going to be bigger than the Valdosta location. And so just started asking some questions in regards to what's going to happen with the store. Like, yeah, they have a new store. There's going to be 2 locations. So from my understanding, everything is going to be put into this brand new, fantastic looking location. Is going to be bigger than the Georgia location. And so I was just asking, hey, what's going to happen with the containers? Like, hey, you guys have another property over there where they, you guys know Red Apple, they shuffle product back and forth from that other store or that other location where they have the containers. So apparently they're doing away with all of that due to some changes going on in the city of Pahrump. And from my understanding, I haven't seen this exact wording, but the city of Pahrump wants to be the next Palm Springs, and they're making containers illegal. So I do have documentation on all of this. So as far as I know, all of the stores in Pahrump have to get rid of their containers by October. I think it's October 15th or October 20th or the 23rd of this year. This has been in plan now since 2021. I've also spoken with, I've had a contact over at the City Planning Commission, and they did verify everything. So as far as you guys know, Red Apple Fireworks was the first one to jump on board. You also have Blackjack, Area 51, Phantom. That's all. This is all affecting. However, I have a question mark next to Outlaw Pyro. I do not know if Outlaw Pyro is going to be affected by this. Have no clue whatsoever if they are. In fact, the city commissioner said that they haven't heard from them. Again, those aren't. That's just what my understanding is as far as the contacts, is that they haven't heard in regards, because Outlaw Pyro, you guys know their whole business is having containers. And so I do have some information here from the City Planning Commission. Everything that I looked up is all legit. There was nothing intrusive about any of this. In fact, if you even Google, in fact, let me pull it up for you guys. I want you guys to see this for yourself. I'm going to pull this up here because I want you guys to see it. Find my link really quick. But honestly, if you just Google City of Pahrump Firework new ordinances or containers, you guys can also find the link too. Have it here. And I do have Adobe PDF file, which I will upload for everybody and give you guys the link, because I like to provide documentation for things that I talk about so nobody can speculate and say somebody's just making some stuff up. So let me, anyway, you know what? Let me just actually pull up the actual file while I have it here in front of me. And then I'll find this link for you guys. But, you know, before I do that, you know what? Let me go ahead and pull this up so you guys can see it. This is directly from the City Planning Commission. This was dated back in 2021. We've been kind of sleeping on this, fellas. So this is the Nye County Pahrump Regional Planning Commission, dated October 13th, 2021. And essentially what this means is all the stores, they're still allowed to operate, but I believe the date, and I know Blackjack and Area 51 asked for an extension, and I'll get into that a little bit later, but they asked for an extension because COVID was going on, but Red Apple Fireworks was the first one to jump on top of this. And so apparently they want to be the new Palm Springs. And so I started digging a little bit further as to what would cause the city of Pahrump to think that they would be like Palm Springs. And for those of you who are familiar with Palm Springs, thank you, Alien, for the super chat. I'll try to address comments a little bit further. I guess they have some new stuff going on out there, probably. And if you guys aren't familiar with Palm Springs, that's a very ritzy area. It's hot as hell. I mean, they're very much just like Palm Springs in terms of the weather. In fact, it's one of the hottest places on earth. And so I guess they want to beautify the city. And I'm like, where in the world, like, what is this coming down to? Where is this coming from? Like, they want to be like Palm Springs. I mean, really, like, there has to be some change going on in Pahrump or the city or Nye County that would, make them feel this way, make them think this way, and start like, who cares about, the containers, where they keep the fireworks. I mean, you can barely see them. Blackjack, Area 51, all of them, they kind of keep them in the back. I mean, honestly, when you drive by, you really can't see it. And I'm not sure about Phantom. I'm not sure if theirs is already on the inside or whatnot. But yeah, yeah, they want to make this change. And so I started doing further digging. So let me go ahead and play this video. I want you guys to see it. And this will give you guys a better understanding about what's going on there in Pahrump. Let's see, desktop here. Gotta find my folder. Let me see if I can pull it up here. It should be. So I'm gonna pull this up so you guys can all see it for yourself. All right, here we go. This is County Commissioner's Office regarding some new stuff going on in Pahrump.
Always low prices at Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza.
An item was discussed on the March 7th Board of County Commissioners meeting regarding the entry of Memorandum of Understanding to cooperate with the Bureau of Land Management during the Natural Environmental Policy Act process for the Rhyolite Ridge Lithium Boron project. This project is located 65 miles away from Tonopah, Nevada in Esmeralda County. Commissioner Deborah Strickland motioned to approve this item and Commissioner Frank Carboni seconded this motion. After this motion, Chairman Bruce Jabor opened a public comment for a caller on the phone by the name of Amy Nelson.
Yes, Amy Nelson, Nelson. Long before this project was brought up before the board, I had been doing research on different mines and what was going on with lithium around the world. And I found out that it takes 500,000 gallons of water to mine 1 ton of lithium. And I don't know if anybody has addressed the water and what's going to be done and the fields of residue that will remain that can contaminate the groundwater and the soil itself. I'm not for lithium mines, you can tell, or anything that would further use up the scarce water that we have in Nye County.
To answer Amy's concern, Megan Labadie stepped up to the podium to ensure that this project will not affect Nye County's water supply. Commissioner Donna Cox speaks up after Megan to add her comments on this item.
This is actually taking place in Esmeralda County, and it won't be affecting the waters of Nye, so I just want to make that clear too.
That we're just strictly asking for a place at the table with this so we can express our concerns, and that doesn't mean in any way that we are approving anything today as far as lithium mines, solar panels, and nothing. It's just strictly for discussion.
That's absolutely correct. This is just an environmental impact statement process.
Hearing and seeing no other public comment, I will close public comment at this time. And I will call for the vote at this time, please.
Aye.
Aye. Jabor's aye.
Carboni's aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Thank you.
Okay, so if you guys aren't familiar with how valuable lithium is all the stuff they use for solar panels, stuff they use for Tesla, stuff they use for like my RC car batteries, things that's used in all of your cell phone batteries. And so it harnesses the power of electricity. And so what's going on, Cali Pyro? So you probably just joined in. You have to probably back it up a little bit. So what does this have to do with the city of Pahrump? Apparently, obviously, they want to look more or less like the Palm Springs area, because if you're not familiar with lithium, it's a very rare, expensive mineral, and it brings in a lot of money. So if any of you guys want to start buying up land in Pahrump, it's probably the best time, because lithium back in 2021 was valued at about for 1 ton of lithium was valued at about $6,000. Now it's valued at about $80,000 for 1 ton. That's going to bring in a ton of money, because I was wondering, like, where in the world are they going to think they're going to look like Palm Springs? And so this is the only indication that I have as to why they would start making some changes within the city of Pahrump, causing some of the other fireworks stores to drastically change. Now, this isn't a situation where, as far as I know, these stores are going to just build up a huge facility around their building and their containers. These stores are moving. In fact, this documentation that I have here in front of me that you guys will see, I'm just going to kind of scroll through this. I will provide the documentation. I'm still looking for the actual link because you can Google this and download this Adobe PDF file. But as far as Phantom Fireworks and Blackjack in Area 51, they have to move or construct a new facility that would allow them to not only house their fireworks, but also house their warehouse. So all the containers are gone. It really sucks because they have to come up with this money in a very short period of time, and that money could have went into product. It could have went to, staffing. Maybe prices will go up. Who knows? But it really sucks because, like Red Apple, they had to open up a new facility, start breaking ground. It has to be ready by October. Now, the other thing that the City Planning Commission did share was that even though we know Blackjack in Area 51, they're two different locations. They have two different licenses. However, it is the same company because they are brother and sister stores, so to speak. So the City Planning Commission confirmed that they are moving into the same location. So I don't know how that's going to work with them sharing licenses. I don't know if it's going to be called Area 51 Blackjack Fireworks. I don't know if it's going to be called Area 51 or Blackjack. But as far as I know, based upon the City Planning Commission, Area 51 and Blackjack will be moving into the same location. I'll read some of this here just so you guys can see it. Let me blow this up so I can see it on my end. Let's see here. Did you guys see Red Apple Fireworks? They are the first ones to get the new warehouse going. Nobody's losing their license. They have their cut, which is their conditional use permit. Let me scroll down. Red Apple Fireworks. Staff finds insufficient regulatory approval. Nye County Code RPC. Modify conditions of approval. There's also some letters in here from attorneys writing to the Nye County Planning Commission asking for an extension. Again, this is all public information. There's also an application here. But you know what? Let me just scroll down to the bottom really quickly. This is all going back to 2021. So I was looking at this map here, and based upon this map, let me just scroll down to the bottom. I could be reading this wrong, but based upon the map that I'm looking at and where Area 51 and Blackjack are trying to move, it looks like it might be closer to Red Apple Fireworks, close between Red Apple Fireworks and the shoot site, closer to that area. So this is just some big news. I mean, it's news to me. Maybe some of you guys already, knew about this. So kind of had to, play, connect the dots. I'm not going to make this a long stream because I want to read all this information here. But yeah, so they have to move. They're still going to be doing class 1.4. But everything has to be in one central location. So I believe that Phantom Fireworks has something going on. I believe they started construction somewhere. I'm not sure if they're expanding onto that property that they do have. But the City Planning Commission did confirm that they haven't heard from or know what Outlaw is going to do based upon their saying. I haven't heard from them as far as what the plans are, because again, Outlaw Pyro primarily uses all the containers, for their business. But to me, this was big news. I wanted to share it with you guys. I knew this a couple of weeks ago when I was there posting a lot of videos. But it's going to be really interesting to see how some of this stuff is going to plan out. Again, it's my understanding there's only, 5 licenses or 6 that are allowed in the city of Pahrump. Blackjack and Area 51 are going to be working under the same roof. I don't know how that's going to be. What's the new rule that you can't have containers on the property? That's correct. They have to have all the fireworks under a big warehouse. So if they already have property where the building was big enough to house the fireworks plus have their showroom floor, it's going to be a combination of their showroom floor plus their storage facility. So you won't see any more containers. And I'm not sure what the penalty is going to be, if they're just going to shut them down or fine them, but they all got to go. So here we have here the analysis with the application of details. Applications requesting to extend the time modifying. And again, this looks like it's been in plan for the past 3 years, maybe 2 or 3 years. Everything has to be zoned appropriately. I've gone through this. Definitely, yeah, they have been a bit ahead of the building, but I didn't think that it was. I don't know. Personally, I don't see the need for any of this. As far as the containers, I mean, you can't see any of the containers driving in on the highway. Red Apple Fireworks, they have theirs on their separate location. Blackjack Fireworks, theirs is behind the building, and then of course a little bit to the left. You can see them, but they're not obtrusive. Neither is what is it? Area 51. You really can't see their containers too much, but it's really unfortunate for all of these companies because now they have to at least spend $500,000 or more making a new facility, moving all their fireworks because they want to be like Palm Springs, and again, that comes down to money. So. But again, lithium pays a substantial amount of money. Now, I know a lot of the residents there are concerned with the water supply. That's not my area of expertise, but I will tell you that Pahrump obviously is very similar to Palm Springs in terms of heat and weather conditions, but is also very similar to Afghanistan. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with what happened in Afghanistan back when we had, what was it, Desert Storm or whatever it was, when we stormed into Iraq or Afghanistan back in 2002, 2003, something of that nature. So they had a lot of geologists there, and they said Afghanistan was very rich with lithium. And it's almost like, I'm not going to say the blood diamonds. If you guys are familiar with it, in Africa, they have a lot of turmoil over there where they're making kids work to dig up this thing because it's a very rare mineral. So it's kind of the same situation here. Very rare mineral, very hot conditions. I'm not sure if that really has anything to do with it, but lithium ion or lithium is a very rare commodity, and it's more or less white gold, so to speak. What do you think about fireworks? Yeah, Red Apple Fireworks. Red Apple Fireworks just opened up their location. What was that, like 3 years ago? And then Area 51, they just had a remodel. Does this only apply to fireworks stores or every container out in Pahrump? As far as I know, we have new tropics here. I think this applies to every. Well, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if this applies to everybody, but as far as I know, they don't want any containers. I don't think it just applies to fireworks. I think it applies to anybody who might have a container. But again, I'm guessing, and I don't know if Outlaw is really not going to be involved in this because they're on private property, and that's back off on the city streets on a private property, more or less like a residential type area where they have their own business and own neighborhood. So again, I really have a question mark as to if this affects them or not. But the city planning commissioner said they don't know about Outlaw because they haven't heard from them or anything. But who knows? I think this might apply to, again, I honestly don't know because I know this is specifically about fireworks, but it could just be every container in general. So, I know Pahrump is very rural. Some people living out there may have storage caches, containers for maybe food, maybe, weapons. I think I'm not sure about the gun laws out there. I mean, honestly, I don't know, like underground bunkers. I mean, who knows? I don't know. But as far as I know, this right now does apply to the firework companies, and they have to change by October. So there are some in this documentation. I'll find the link again. I don't know where in the hell I did with it, unless you guys want to wait here for a minute. But if I can't find it, I'll upload this where you guys could document this, read it for yourself, look over it. But as far as I'm reading this, and I could be wrong, some of the information here says that they're looking to move towards closer to Red Apple Fireworks, which is further down the road, closer to the Las Vegas line. So somewhere in between there. So in this exhibit, the City Planning Commission, I believe this is what the lawyer may have sent out, stating, and also I believe there's some regulations about how far they have to be away from other properties or other businesses. There's some stuff in here about that. This is the lawyer from, I think it's Area 51 Blackjack, one of those, asking for an extension, get some questions answered or whatnot, but it's definitely all in here. Well, that's the question. So Area 51 Blackjack, they're two separate businesses. Well, they have two different licenses, operating as two different entities, but they're operating as a family because they're both brothers, but they're moving into one roof. So that is a great question, and that's the same thing I was wondering is, would this now reduce that, was it 6 licenses in Pahrump, whatever it is, reduce that down to 5 and leave one open? I don't know. But it's a great question. And then, of course, you guys know another store. I haven't been out there yet. Bob Weaver. He is the owner and operator of Goldfield Fireworks. So not sure how they may come into play this, but that is Esmeralda County, where they're going to start digging up lithium. I believe he is also aware of it too. So there may be some changes up there. It may bring in some additional money, additional tourism and whatnot. But again, lithium is pretty much considered white gold. So if you guys want to start buying out plots of land out there for maybe $1,000 per acre, now is a good time. Well, if they don't merge, then they have to build 2 facilities. Again, the city planning commissioner said that they were building 1 facility, and both of them are going to be under the same roof. So if they don't, out of all the firework companies that are out there, they're going to have to spend the most amount of money, because they would have to build 1 specific facility with the new ordinances for Area 51 and then build another one for Blackjack. And these facilities aren't cheap, because then they also have to, I think, at least $500,000 just coming out of pocket, with the deadline coming up, and then factoring in fireworks sales and everything else that's going on and whatnot. So that's a drastic change, because I haven't seen Area 51 or Blackjack, unless you guys know exactly where they have started breaking ground. I haven't seen any of that. In fact, I don't even know if Phantom is extending or if they're getting a new facility. But I mean, this is definitely crunch time for some of these companies. Yeah, it is a very strange place. So they were asking for an extension here. Let me see if I can scroll down a little bit further. That's the lawyer. Nye County Planning Commission here. All the regulations, use permit, all stay the same. Let me scroll back up here. Let's see. Purpose. Ordinance. Confine herein amends the chapter and provides in the regulation of fireworks, including regulation and discharge and or detonation of fireworks outside an incorporated city of Nye County. Nevada declares that the regulation of the sale of fireworks will protect the public health. So they are still allowed to sell fireworks. Everything's business as usual. They're not restricted sales. I know some of you guys are asking, well, are they restricting sales to people who live in California and other places? No, none of that kind of stuff, guys. None of that kind of stuff. Still going to have the shoot site, still going to have retail, still going to have wholesale, but everything has to be under one massive warehouse. So think of them all now looking like a Costco or a Sam's Club. Yeah, Moapa is totally different. That's India tribal land. And of course, there's also a fireworks place in California, further down south by the border. So they're not affected, obviously not in this situation. I'm just letting you guys know that that's tribal land. They can't touch any of that. So very true, Suit. Yeah, they're not even in Nye County. Area 51 and Blackjack are the ones that fought the hardest when new entities wanted to set up shop in Pahrump. I think, are you making reference to a video? I think somebody posted a video. There was some type of news organization or something. I think somebody else was trying to open up a new fireworks store there some time ago. let's see. I'm planning to get a bunch of fountains in Oregon without paying taxes. Yeah, so they're going to look like Amazon warehouse facilities. Pretty much. Pretty much. Let me scroll up here on this document. And also, too, there's a new article where they may start allowing people to shoot fireworks in Pahrump. Let me see if I have that in front of me. I had all this stuff up here in front of me much earlier. But you know how it is. You start getting busy trying to take care of some things at the last minute. Let's see here. But there is a new thing where that you may have the ability to shoot fireworks in Pahrump. Let's see here. Here it is. I'll move it over here so you guys can see it. Nye County will consider allowing fireworks to be shot on private land. So this is something that may be coming through. So I just want to, I'll link you guys to this here. I mean, if you guys are already residents there, then you guys already know about this. I'll go ahead and put this in the chat so you guys could see it. Anyone familiar with the town of Pahrump will know that there are several fireworks stores in the valley, but there's only one location which buyers can legally shoot fireworks or area fireworks from those retailers, but the shoot site, you know, that was a weird thing too. Like, how do you buy fireworks there and you can't shoot fireworks? And I mean, I don't get it. Longtime resident Darren Cox believes it's high time to change that code, approached by Nye County Commission. This month will request a change that the board review into the existing code and consider amendments that would provide for private at-home use of fireworks. So that would suck. You can't even walk to the fireworks store and then light on your own front yard. I mean, Cox said believe it will benefit the county to provide upgraded permits for residents to use fireworks on their own property, noting that he felt an upgraded permit should be more pricey than the $5 permit that is necessary to use at Pahrump fireworks shoot site. It's all money thing. For safety reasons, Cox proposed that the upgraded permits be provided at the local fire stations, sheriff's office, where residents would be required to fill out pertinent information that could be loaded, then be loaded into the emergency dispatch system. So you do have that there. So they are looking at it. I think there's a date somewhere on this article, but you guys can reference that for yourself. Every year there is a fire risk. Darren rebutted. You guys are making it to where everybody has to go to your site, and then you can't bring your kids. They have to sit on the bleacher. I don't understand what that is. Lighting fireworks is supposed to be family fun, not just the adults doing it. So I wonder if there's a video on this. Following a 40-minute back and forth discussion, Commissioner Leo Blundo made the motion to have staff work with Darren and local fireworks store owners on the subject to have Nye County Code Chapter 8.04 included on a future agenda for possible amendment. In order to amend the code, the county will have to hold a public hearing once the time and date has been determined. So I don't know if this has gone into effect yet, but I mean, that's a cool thing because that kind of sucks because apparently how it is, like even if you wanted to shoot fireworks in Pahrump, you have to go to the shoot site. You can't pull up in front of anybody's house. So let's say you guys have family members there. You can't buy fireworks and then go to your cousin's house or uncle's house and then turn around and light. I mean, that really sucks. You got to find a nice secret stash, secret spot to light up. Some of this doesn't make any sense, but again, primarily wanted to bring all this information to all of you guys. Give you guys transparency, let you guys know what's going on. But, we've been sleeping. I have no idea what we've been doing. How did we miss this 2.5, maybe 3 years ago? Lofi Brandon, when are they moving? Or I've been wanting to go for the 4th. These stores are moving. Oops, guess my program shut down. These stores are moving by October. So these stores are moving. That's the deadline is October. So where they have to construct a new facility and be ready to move in. So, you can still buy your fireworks and stuff there, Let's see. Okay, legalize fireworks, ban California. Yo, Keo, thanks for the updates. Much appreciated, especially since demo night is in a few days. Oh, absolutely. Let's see. Louis Ellie, 851BJ, know they can't compete fairly, so they block the competition. Kind of messed up that they focus on offering great prices and customer service instead of blocking competition. That's interesting. I have to follow up on that one. I don't try to cover too many stories here. Try to, like you guys, I know you guys love seeing the fireworks. They should do that in California. The best way to deal with the issue, have designated shoot areas or curfew. I totally agree. Definitely agree with that. And also thank you for the super chat donation earlier. I think I mentioned it already, but didn't want to miss out on that. Crossfire Pyro. Hope Maryland will update its laws on fireworks soon and safe. So yeah, that's pretty much the latest news. I believe everything is corresponding with the whole lithium, where they think the city of Pahrump believes they're going to be the next Palm Springs. They're forcing the fireworks stores to change. They can't have any more containers. This may affect other private owners, but they have until October to have all their new facilities built. Question mark by Outlaw. Don't know how that's going to affect them because they are on private property. They're not they're a business, but they're not operating in a business location. I've been told, heard through the grapevine, can't hear from this, that they are affected, that this does also involve Outlaw Pyro. Can't confirm that, but we'll have to wait and see, what happens. But this documentation that you guys have seen definitely primarily attains to Red Apple, Blackjack, and Area 51. So, it's a good thing in some cases, but I don't understand the whole containers because all of you guys who are pyrotechnicians, operating in different states and cities, everybody has a container. So this is the first I've ever heard of a city or a county making it illegal to have containers for fireworks. Yeah, I wonder what the reason for is out there. My deal is, I can understand places like LA and other cities, not wanting fireworks. You got power lines and everything. But when you're in the middle of the desert, really, like, what's going to catch on fire? Is the dirt going to catch on fire? Oh, man. I can understand if there's palm trees hanging around, stuff like that. But there's a lot of wide open spaces and stuff. I just don't see what's going to... I can understand maybe if it's really dry and there's not a lot of fire hydrants to put out a fire if there was an accident. But I don't know. This is just some weird thing. Let's see here. Pyro Blast guy. Like, they should put the tax money to have the law enforcement go up and down the street to make sure everyone is safe instead of writing tickets. What they should do is just hire or pay a local neighborhood, like a neighborhood watch. Like, designate one person to neighborhood watch that's responsible for all of that to keep everybody in order. Cops shouldn't have to be involved in this. Cops need to go arrest people and stuff for doing some bad things. But what they need to do is have a neighborhood pyro, like a neighborhood watch, who's responsible for the safety and concerns of everybody. Somebody that, has a voice in the community, kind of keep an eye out on everybody and leave it at that. I think that would be the most effective way to do it. In fact, that's back in the day, that's how neighborhoods used to run. You had, grandma, grandpa, the wise elder of the city or the town folk keeping everybody in order. You didn't need a bunch of police to keep people in order. So, and then you already have a relationship already built up. So, with individuals, you already know who your neighbors are. I don't think California will change fireworks law this year since it's drought free right now. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, we are drought free. California usually lets criminals roam free out in the streets while people respecting laws get locked up. Cali scare Arizona catch on fire. Yeah, that is true. But all right, guys. So I believe this is all the information I wanted to present to all of you. No speculation, no opinions. You guys are reading the documents and stuff for yourself. I will find the link. Unless you guys want to wait around here for a couple minutes, I highlighted a bunch of stuff. Let me see if I could find it. See, Finai County, social media. Gotta find my licenses. Let me look this up here. What's the name of this thing called? It's called Nye County No, that's the wrong one here. County Pahrump Regional Planning. Is this it? Is this it? I think I found it. Perfect. Found it. Found the link. All right, I'm going to put it here in the chat, and then, of course, I'm also going to put it in the video at the end. So let me know if you guys could click on this link if you guys are if you guys are on a computer. Let me know if you can click on that link, because I don't want to post something bogus. In fact, here, let me show you guys really quickly. Here, I'll show you on my screen so you guys can see it for yourself. All right, that's the link right there. So if you do a Google search, you type in Nye County Firework Laws, and you type in this one here, that's the link right there. So that was the other news article I came across that I showed you guys earlier. This is the new one that popped up. And then this one is, I believe this is it right here. So if that link that I just sent you guys doesn't work, then just type in Nye County Firework Laws and you'll find the PDF that just popped up for me. Soup Freak, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Definitely appreciate this. Made my first trip to Goldfield Fireworks a few weeks ago. Great guys and great prices. Worth the drive, definitely. You know, I told Bob I wasn't going to make a trip out there because until I get my drone. I don't want to make a trip out there for no reason, because I believe you can see the Milky Way galaxy out there, and my drone messed up a couple years ago. I was recording some fires going on, and it fell out of the sky. I think the batteries were too weak or whatever. So I don't want to waste that opportunity driving out there and I can't get some really good drone shots. You guys know I love shooting fireworks with drones. I've been able to measure fireworks with drones. You know, they go off at about 175 feet and everything. Plus the absolute darkness. And also, I used to have another hobby you guys aren't familiar with. I used to do ghost hunting and whatnot years ago. So definitely check that out. They got a cool, scary place out there that I'm going to definitely have to see. But Bob's a great guy. All their prices are the same year-round. I don't know how this is all going to affect them in terms. I don't think it's going to. Well, he's not in Pahrump. He's in the Nye County, so we'll have to, make sure things are kosher for his business out there in regards to this whole lithium thing, the water supply, and all that other kind of stuff. So, Goldfield Fireworks are have awesome prices. With $300, I can get many novelties and cakes. Yeah, I've actually seen some real stuff on our Indian reservation. None of that. Ooh, who was that? What was that? No, I got some photos I did 10 years ago. I've never posted or shared with anybody. All good fireworks stores on the West Coast. Can't wait to get out there next year. Check them out for myself. All right, you guys have my social media. You guys know where to find me. Definitely want to get this out there to all of you pyros. Nothing to be nervous about, nothing to be scared. But, make sure you rep your favorite store, whoever they may be. But, again, wanted to give you guys the documentation so you can see it for yourself. If you can't find that link, I'll probably upload this to a Google Drive and you guys could download it here once I get it up. But without further ado, again, thank you guys all for watching. I know there's plenty of other pyro channels you guys could choose to watch. I like to keep this channel fun, informative, shoot fireworks, but also give you guys some accurate news and whatnot. Yeah, all of my social media is Diekin. I'm hardly on Twitch, barely ever. You could look at my personal Facebook page, the public page. I have a Facebook group. Got a couple of Facebook groups with fireworks. And then, of course, Instagram. I post there regularly. And then, of course, I have TikTok. I just try to post whatever on TikTok there. I really don't pay too much attention to that. But I will have some more new firework news for you. Also, keep in mind, hope I'm able to share this with you guys. Can't wait for the new shells to come in at Red Apple Fireworks. I'm not sure if they're going to be there at demo. I hope they are, but I know that they do have some new stuff coming in you guys haven't seen yet. But again, rep your favorite stores. It should be fun. I love seeing all the families and friends, coming out there. The pyro community, we're growing. We got to stick together. But definitely, above anything, please be safe. There's definitely wandering eyes out there, so you can't trust everybody. So hope this video was informative. If you guys please like and subscribe, at least leave a like or at least comment saying thank you or share the video. But do my best here to present accurate information for all of you. So with that being said, you guys all have a good night. I'm gonna go watch the Lakers beat up on Golden State because they can't handle us down here. Lakers in 5, baby. I'll catch you guys later. You guys have a good, safe weekend and stuff. Peace. Or actually, no, hell, it's middle of the week. What the heck am I talking about? Later, guys. Peace.